It's your boy Neighborhood Ryan, and welcome to In the Neighborhood. This episode is proudly sponsored by the Saxon Agency, helping you protect what matters most. Get your free quote by calling 803-908-4796. Thank you. Welcome to another edition of In the Neighborhood. I am here with
Debbie Dawson,
and you're from?
Anderson, South Carolina.
All right. Debbies.got the tea. I seen your little podcast.
So you did?
Yeah.
Podcast. It's a TV show.
A TV show.
Yes, it is. It's a full TV show where you can actually buy commercial spots. So.
Okay.
There it
you
is.
said that viewers can buy commercial spots?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
I love it. And when it comes to Debbie's Got the Tea, what is the tea about you? What is 3 words to describe Debbie?
Interesting. 3 words, the 3 that come to mind right now are driven, passionate, and beautiful.
I like how that all kind of ties together, you know? Very beautiful lady. Driven and passionate, I feel like those are 2 words that you have to be both.
They go together like
they
that.
They go together.
Yeah, they feed off one another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Debbie's Got the Tea. Where'd you get the name? Like that? I mean, that's catchy. I like it.
Well, thank you. Actually, all of this just happened. It really just did. When I went to my business attorney, because I knew I needed an attorney after people started asking me to make things for them. Hey, I need to figure out how to do this. People are ingesting what I'm making. This is something. So when I got to the attorney's office, he asked me what the name was. I didn't have a name. And I remember that my daughters, they used to laugh at me. I would be in the kitchen making teas for myself, and they'd be like, what's she making today? Debbie's Got the Tea. Ha, 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 ha. That's all I had. I ran with it, and hey, it hit. People like it, so I'm cool with that.
Isn't it something how like something from the past can like dictate things of the future?
It's interesting. Very interesting. I love it.
Yeah, me too.
That just lets us know that everything is working for our good. It's working to help us.
Mm-hmm.
All of it. Yeah.
Amen. I like that as well. Any acronym for T?
Oh gosh, people always ask me that, and I was trying to come up with something that made sense to me, and simply put, T for me, as it pertains to me, is talented, entrepreneur, aspiring to be great.
Aspiring to be great.
Aspiring to be better, aspiring to be great, aspiring to be more, aspiring to get it together, aspiring to, hey, what's next? Aspiring. I'm just always aspiring to that next thing, because we're always growing, and I want to continue to grow and thrive every single day.
Yeah. I like that a lot.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I'm aspiring to be a lot of things too. I got some tea for myself as well. I should start making tea.
Hey, everybody's making tea right now. Hold up. Just hold up. We don't need nobody else making tea.
I love that. I love that a lot. That's good.
And I only say that because when I started this, it happened by accident. When I started this business, I was making teas and nobody else was. It was before COVID. When COVID hit, everybody went to their kitchen because we couldn't get outside and everything. But before that, I was seen as weird. I was seen as, what is she doing? I even had heard people say things about roots and witchcraft, something. Wow. I'm like, whoa, what are they saying about me? I'm doing just from the earth, organic things that we actually need. So yeah, it's interesting when I hear people say that people are in their kitchens and they're making tea. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, before this, this was seen as very, very taboo. It really was. I would say about 30% of people in America, just from my research, were aware of what is happening now, more of this holistic, organic way of life. So yeah, it's been interesting, and I've been on the forefront of it, and a trailblazer. I'm still learning. I don't know everything, but what I know, I know.
Amen.
Yeah, what I know, I know.
All right, being a trailblazer, and what you know. Right? Growing up, you had to have teachers, people you looked up to. What is one person that you can say that you looked up to that inspired you?
Oh, that's easy. My grandma.
All right.
Grandma, we call her Grandma Duck, and she hated it because she had the she had like a duck lip, so her nickname was Duck.
Okay.
And Grandma Duck always was my cheerleader. I mean,
Wow.
if I held my spoon a certain way, she would say, "Did you see how Debbie held her spoon?" I think I was her favorite grandchild. Most of
Wow.
her grandchildren don't think so, but
Yeah.
I personally think I was.
Amen.
And she actually was the driving force behind everything. I can remember her telling me things that I still stay with me, such as don't ever think yourself better than anyone, and you better not ever think yourself less than anyone.
Mm.
That put me right there with everybody, and I stay there. People look at me funny because they have maybe the nicer cars and the nice house, and I might be invited to their home or whatever, and they want me to be,
Yeah.
nah, I'm right there with you. It just hasn't manifested in my life. That's the
Wow.
way I see things, and she taught me to be that way, and I still am that way. And it keeps me grounded. It keeps me knowing that I am enough. It keeps me knowing that, hey, it is what it is. I'm here.
What about another one? I would give me another gem from Grandma Duck.
Oh gosh, Grandma would also tell me, don't get upset if they buggy don't ride like yours. And I'd be like, what is that? What do you mean? And she say that your buggy or your little red wagon, what you're pulling is yours. What they're pulling is theirs. Don't get upset if your buggy don't ride like theirs. And I was like, okay, that's amazing. She was a pretty fascinating woman.
Witty.
Yes, and she would always tell me two different things. You know, you should be on TV. You can do this, you can do that. So a lot of things, I'm that type of person. I don't do anything in memory. I don't wear t-shirts. I'm not gonna go to your grave. I'm not gonna do any of that. In memory of you, what I'm gonna do is what we talked about. So a lot of things that I do now are because of things that my parents and my grandmother said that I could do. They know better than I could do. I mean, I was a child, you know, so if they said I could do it, hey, now as an older adult, I'll be 52 next week.
Amen.
Hey,
Amen.
I might as well keep trying. I'm gonna keep digging into this thing. I'm gonna just keep digging.
I love it. I love it. Oh my God, that's so beautiful. All right, Grandma Duck. I love that. I really love that.
She was a handful.
I love
And when
that.
I say that, it's just because she knew what she wanted. She knew what she needed. She worked in housekeeping at the hospital for many years, and she ironed her uniform every day. It was one of the best housekeepers that they had at that point. And she always looked the part. Had these big, nice legs, and always clothes was just perfect or whatever.
Yeah.
She was amazing.
Yeah.
She was amazing, and what she was amazing. I don't know.
I love it. I love it so much. One thing that I heard you just say, like, just having someone to believe in you at such a young age, and how having someone believe in you at a young age has you coming into you're about to be 52, and now you're like, let me just dig for gold at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And question that came to mind is, what is a risk that you felt like you took to get to this spot, to get to where you are now?
I feel like I've taken the ultimate risk, and I risked myself to find myself. And what I mean by that is, you know, life throws us all kind of punches. I've had 1,000,001 punches thrown at me in some way, shape, or form, and each one of those punches just kind of just moved me either backwards or forward. So I had to make a decision. What was I willing to risk? And I was willing to risk everything, because everything had found me at some point and tried to stop me. So why not risk everything to see what was on the other side? So at this point, what I'm doing is trying to give my daughters and my grandsons something that they can walk right into and do whatever they choose to, wear what they want to wear when they come to work, say what they want to say when they come to work, you know, of course, with business principles in place. But I want them to be able to thrive. And the only way that I can let them thrive is for me to risk everything. I've risked friendships, relationships, jobs, free time, parties, sociable time. Everything has been risked in order for me to be where I'm at right now. And would I do it all over again the same way? Absolutely. 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 Yeah.
I love it. I love it so much. It all. I feel like every entrepreneur who has to go through that phase where they have to look at their friendships their relationships, their jobs, like just how they use their time.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like really dive in. I feel like every entrepreneur has to go through that. And once they get through that, that's when they get to the next stage, and it's going to be a new battle, of course. You know.
Absolutely.
Being a woman entrepreneur, do you feel like you had to change or do anything to try to fit in?
Hmm. Wow, that's a powerful question. And bear with me as I try to answer it, because the answer to that is absolutely yes. So many times over, not just being an entrepreneur. Let's just set the record straight. Being a woman, being an entrepreneur, that's a woman, and then on top of that, being a black woman, and then being a dark-skinned woman, and then trying to do this all alone and do it in a way, you know, a lot of times, let me just say this, I have had to change my way of thinking. I haven't changed me.
Got you.
I haven't changed me. I've had to change my way of thinking because people are different. I've had to deal with a lot of different things on this journey, and some of them were good things, some of them were bad things. But the one thing I know for sure is that women, as entrepreneurs, and I'm speaking to the women entrepreneurs now, there are 5 things that you're going to have to do over and over and over again as an entrepreneur.
Okay.
In my What I Have Learned sessions, that's what I talk about. 5 things. You're going to have to remember that most people as a woman see you as not as smart, unfortunately. Second, you have to reiterate that several times. If you have any male counterparts that are doing anything that you are working collectively on,
Okay.
they automatically think that the woman is going to know less. And if they do see that you know more, then again, they're going to try to see if they can play you out of that.
Wow.
Number 4, then they're going to see where you are as a woman, especially, let's just be honest, you know, it's a lot of attractive entrepreneurs now. I just happen to be one of them. And they're going to have to try to see if they can get you in that area.
Wow.
And then 5, you're going to have to do that all over again, almost every single day.
The cycle
That
continues.
was the thing that was overwhelming to me. It was unbelievable. And I've learned how to maneuver that, because so far and throughout this entrepreneur lifestyle that I have now, I haven't had to do anything that took me out of my character. I haven't had to do anything that I couldn't sleep about at night. No one has helped me do anything, no favors. And I hear a lot of these things go on in the entrepreneur world. I didn't have to change me at all. I just had to change the way I saw people.
Wow. I love that. I love the answer.
Yeah.
All women entrepreneurs, I hope you heard that.
Yeah,
5
I mean,
steps.
we offer a lot, you know, and stand on it. Stand on it. Don't let anybody shake you from it. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't. I've been able to do this business. Is it successful? I think it is. Is it bringing me in a lot of income? Absolutely not. I'm only 4 years old, and it takes about 5 years before a business can actually see any residual income coming in. So I'm getting close. I'm not there yet, but what I have learned is that I don't need to change anything. I've shown that I can hang with the big dogs.
All right.
Yeah, I've shown that. Yeah,
I love that.
just a little bit old me, you know. Again, $0 in my pocket. Hadn't had to do anything other than be for real. Be truthful. I'm very truthful. I don't believe in sugarcoating it. Hey, if I need to barter with someone, I'll barter. And that's interesting. The bartering started not on my account, but other people. They would be like, I'd be like, well, how much is it for this? Well, guess what? I was looking at some of your products. So if you can keep me supplied with that for the next month, then I'll give you this service. That's how I built my business, off of bartering. I don't have any money, but I have a lot of good qualities, and I'm not toot my own horn, but it is Tuesday, and I do a segment called Toot Your Own Horn Tuesday. So today I will toot my horn and say that I'm very good at bartering. I'm very good at giving people what they need without it being anything but business. I'm a very business-minded woman, and I like to do business with people that know how to do business. So, hey, I haven't had to change me, but I've had to change the way I deal with people, because everyone does not think like that. And I've met some very, very vindictive people along the way. Been able to keep it in the road though still, because what's mine is gonna be mine. Yep.
That's it right there.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
All right. I love that. This has been great talking to you. Seriously. Um, Debbie's got the tea, located in Anderson, South Carolina. When did you get this storefront?
We've been in business almost 3 months here at this storefront, June the 4th, 2022.
2022.
Yep.
And when is the initial start date for Debbie's Got the Tea? When you made the name?
Oh my goodness, that was back in April of 2017.
Wow.
Yeah, and up until a couple of months ago, I've just been working from home, where I was very comfortable doing that. I'm an introvert, so you know, I was very comfortable doing that. This came about, the business even started by accident. When I say that, people are like, what do you mean? Well, I did not intend on starting a business. All of the products that I made, I was making them for myself. I've been doing this for quite some time, 20 plus years for myself, on and off. So I got serious back in 2017, and I kind of just went on a well-being journey, which is what I, you know, work with now with fitness and things like that. And I just, a girlfriend of mine asked me one day, she said, what are you doing? I was like, what do you mean? She was like, you're going backwards in a good way. You know, you lost all that weight. She was like, you also, you know, you just look different. You vibing different.
Yeah.
And I just told her, she was a good friend of mine, so I just said to her, I said, I told you about them teas, you keep laughing at me about it and ignoring me. I said, that's all I'm doing. Yeah. She said, make me something. She told me what she needed it for. I made it. Didn't think no more about it. Reluctantly, I made it. I didn't want to, because it's my thing. You know, it's my own personal stuff.
I love that.
So I made the tea, and you know, about a month later, she came back and said that it had helped her. She told somebody. They told somebody. They told somebody. They told somebody. People still telling people. Yeah, and here I am today. So it is what it is. I mean, it's a very humbling experience. Again, as an introvert, it can be a bit much sometimes, because I love to be in my own space doing my own thing, you know, and this has brought me out. I'm just growing with it.
Challenge.
I'm growing with it. And the cool thing, and the not so cool thing, my friend always tells me, you have a challenging thing going, and it's a good thing to have. You have good problems. And I share that because I've outgrown this business since it started, probably at least 4 times. It's outgrown me, and I have to slow down because I'm only one person to catch up. There's so many angles to Debbie's Got the Tea, and so many things, from mentoring to community service to products to fitness to motivational speaking to all of that. It's just so many angles to it that a lot of times I'm just one person, and I'm like, how did I do this by myself? And I'll have to step back in order to catch up with the business, because it'll get away from me. That won't keep happening though. In a little bit, I'm gonna keep up with it, and I'm gonna let y'all see what Debbie's Got the Tea is really about. It's right around the corner.
Yeah, I love that a lot. That's it right there. And don't ever think that you're by yourself, you know? And everything that you by yourself, God is always with you, man.
Absolutely.
Every step of the way, you know?
You know, when I say that, I guess I need to say something different than that, because when I say by myself, I actually have my hands in it, making every product, putting every capsule together.
Yeah.
People don't know my story about that. You know, I do every capsule by hand. But I was in an car accident back in '96, and I completely severed every nerve in this hand, and I'm supposed to be disabled. So in '96, they gave me my disability papers as I was leaving from the hospital with my newborn daughter, and they told me that I'd never be able to use it again. I took those papers, left them there, took my baby, and started life. I learned how to use this hand better. I learned how to change her diapers with my mouth.
Wow.
Somebody got to keep moving. I'm the one. I got to keep moving, because if I had succumbed to that, where would I be now? Where would I be now? I probably would still be disabled.
Yeah.
I went through
you
therapy.
Took that title.
Yeah, and I didn't want it. I had too much in me, in my head, that I needed to do to take that title. So I just kept moving. I really did. And I was in therapy for 19 months. with my hand. And after I left there, I decided that I would do everything that I could to keep this hand in working mode. I became a licensed cosmetologist. Who becomes a cosmetologist when you barely can use your hands? Me. I got to keep my hands moving. That's how they get exercise. And everything that I do on my job, this is my job, and it requires me to use my hands. I did that for a reason. I'm always thinking of ways to stay moving and shaking.
I love that, man. I love that.
Yeah.
That's just beautiful. That's just beautiful. I think people need to try to give God more time. You know?
Absolutely.
Seriously.
Yeah.
'Cause I mean, like that's just beautiful.
You know, and it's funny you say that, because with tea, that's how I kind of started in the beginning. 30 minutes out of my day, just giving myself some time. You know, all day long we hear about from somebody or even from ourselves, let's just be honest, the things that we need to change, what we should have done different, or I shouldn't have said that, I shouldn't have did that. How about the stuff that we did right? So 30 minutes out of the day, I give myself, and I encourage anyone that works directly with me with coaching, that is what you need to do. 30 minutes, your tea time, sipping your tea. Think about good things, good thoughts. Don't even let nothing negative take up that space. It's only 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And during that time, I do go in deep prayer.
Amen.
Deep prayer, and just ask God for what I need. Tell Him about what's happening. I know He already know, but I give Him that time because I'm okay to spend that 30 minutes with Him. I'm that kind. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
And I let Him know. I say, look, I'm cool to be here.
Yeah.
I'm cool to be right here with you. And for some reason, He seems to like that. Hey, if you don't believe in God, that ain't gonna make sense to you. If you do, try it.
Try it.
Try it.
Yeah. I love that.
Try
I love
it.
that. Here at the store, what do you think are some of your best sellers?
Oh wow. Everything is being talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is being used in some manner or another, but I would say the most people that come through the door are looking for something for weight loss. We have a weight loss program.
Okay.
They're also looking for remedies for their pain and inflammation concerns. We have a pain care line.
Mm-hmm.
And then as far as what they can enjoy, the smoothies have been a big part of the business.
I definitely enjoy it. I got a number 4, you guys.
Did you?
Yeah, I got a number 4. The smoothies are great. I can vouch for that for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I have to shout out my daughters, Kiara and Dominique. This is a family. Listen, this is a family business run by family. It's also 3 Black women.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's cool. They work here with me, whether they're in store or outside the store doing marketing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It is the 3 of us working together. So Dominique and Kiara, shout out to you guys. I hope y'all see this at some point. I know y'all don't follow your mama, but you need to start following me.
I love it. That's beautiful.
The pain care line and the weight loss line. We have everything in between. There's pretty much not anything that we don't sell or that we can make for you. And the cool thing about Debbies.got, I'll leave you with this. Everything that we make, we use. So how cool is it that you can come into a store, a plant-based store, in an untapped market? First of all, the herbal is really an untapped market. We're learning all of the thousands of plants that God has put here for us. But you can come into this store and you can speak with someone that uses what you are getting ready to purchase.
I think that's beautiful because
you can't go on Walmart and do that.
They talk about like people like big corporations. They said like whoever owns Coke doesn't drink Coke, or his family doesn't drink Coke.
Right.
Whoever like even Facebook, is that he doesn't let his family use. You know what I mean? So
right.
that is a big statement.
It is, and it's a powerful statement, and we stand by it because again, this started from me making products to help myself. So regardless of whether anyone walks in the store, regardless if anyone gets anything from the website, regardless if anyone inquires or calls about anything, guess what? I still have to make them for myself because they work.
Amen.
I think it's cool.
It is cool.
I actually got set up I think it's a setup because I can't stop if I wanted to. Because these products are helping me. So that's a bold statement, but it's hey, it's the truth. We're talking the truth today, right?
Amen.
All right. Mm-hmm.
All right, I am enjoying this. What about your social media? Shout out your social media. Where can we find you on social media?
Cool. On social media, you can find me on Facebook at Debbies.got
Uh-huh.
LLC.
Uh-huh.
On Instagram, you can find me at Debbies.got as well. On any other social media outlets, it's going to be Debbies.got
Debbies.got
Website is www.debbies.got.com. And to everyone that has visited any of those platforms, anyone that comes into the store, anyone that has purchased anything from us at any point, inquired, told someone else, said anything, thank you. I appreciate it. I know my daughters appreciate it as well. So just from us to you, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. We know you can spend your money anywhere. And it's amazing when you spend it with us. When people travel from out of town to come and visit the store and say, I came from Atlanta or what have you. I'm like, what? How many places did you pass before you got to our little small location? So for that, thank you. I can't say it enough. Thank you. You know, I talk and talk a little trash here and there, and then I do my thing. But when at the end of the day, in all all jokes aside, I'm very appreciative of everyone that chooses Debbies.got. Blessings to each of you.
Do you call your viewers or customers anything like Little Debbies?
No.
You know, like how Beyonce got the Beehive, you can have like Little Debbies, like everybody.
Oh my goodness!
I feel like that would probably go against the healthy Little Debbies. Yeah,
Little Debbies. No, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, I don't know if anyone would be, want to be called Little Debbies,
Little
but
Debbies.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool. Thank you. You're so nice.
I really appreciate this time. Just hearing your story, man. Grandma Duck is gonna stick with me. Like I'm always remember that. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Just hearing your story, just really getting to chat with you. I really enjoyed this.
I'm enjoying this one.
And I'm inspired. I just wanted to say that. Thank you for the gems. Thank you for these nuggets, man. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Here on In the Neighborhood, we like to ask, who should I interview next?
Oh, cool. How about on
Before
Facebook?
you answer, you have to be able to get me in touch with.
I do? Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be easy.
Okay.
Let's do, on social media, you can find Simone.
Simone.
Her name is Dominique Dotson, and she has a skincare line that is pretty doggone amazing called S&S Beauty.
Okay.
She does a lot of other cool things too, but hey, I think you should reach out to her.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Thank you again.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
All right. And shout out to y'all, Little Debbies. Once again, this episode is sponsored by the Saxon Agency. Give them a call at 803-908-4796 for a free quote. And thank you for watching In the Neighborhood.